Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we're going to talk about verb and noun and clauses. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nadira Shifa Azahra. And then verb. Verb is a word or a combination of words that indicates action or a state of being or condition. A verb is the part of a sentence that tells us what a subject performs. Verb is a word that expresses a physical action, a mental action, and a state of being. A physical action, example, the doctor wrote the prescription. In this example, the word wrote is a verb. It expresses the physical activity to write. And then a mental action. She's considered to the job done. The word consider is a verb. It expresses the mental activity to consider. A state of being. The most important verb in this group are arguably of all is the verb to be. Example, it seems funny at the time. The word seems is a verb from the verb to seem. And then next, different type of verbs. Stative verb. Verb expresses state rather than an action. Example, I'm at home. She's believing fairies. And then finite verb. Finite verb are actually verb which are called the roots of sentence. Example, Alex went to school. Subject Alex performed the action in the past. This information is evident only by the verb went. And then he playing for Australia. Next, non-finite verb do not change according to the number or person of subject because this verb, also called verbals, do not have any direct relation to the subject. Example, I have a broken bat. This is past participle. And then walking is a good habit or gerund. And then action verb is indicate what the subject or of a sentence performs or an activity that a person or thing can do. Example, Lee eats cake. Eating is something Lee can do. I painted the car. The verb paint demands an object to be painted. Next, transitive verb. A transitive verb is one of acts on something and must have a direct object. Lee eats pies. It's transitive because you can eat something. Pies in this direct object or thing being acted upon. Lee bought dozens of cakes. Bought is transitive because you can buy something. Dozen of cakes is the direct object or the thing being acted upon. And then intransitive verbs. Verbs do not act on something and upon anything there is no direct object. Example, the rain fell, my throat hurts, and then linking verb. A linking verb adds detail about the subject of a sentence. Example, the food seems delicious or the food was delicious. You look happy or you look happy. And then auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are also called helping verbs. An auxiliary verb extends the main verb by helping to the show time, tense, mood, voice, and possibility. Example, they are walking in the park. I have seen a movie. And then modal verbs. Modal verb is a kind of an auxiliary verb. It assists the main verb to indicate possibility, potentiality, ability, permission, expectation, and obligation. Can, could, must, may, might, ought to, shall, should, will, would. In this example, I may want to talk to you again. They must play their best game to win. So may and must including to the modal verbs. And then phrasal verbs, verb made up of more than one word or usually two words. A phrasal verb has a main verb and another word or either a preposition or a particle. And then example, when people find out you are an actress, they Google you. Meditation helps me to calm down. And then noun. Noun is any member of a class of words that typically can be combined with determinant serve as subject or of a verb, can be interpreted as singular or plural, can be replaced with a pronoun, and refer to entity, quality, state, action, or concept word that names something such as person, place, thing, or idea. Example place house, London, factory, shelter, Mount Vesuvius, Disneyland, and my bedroom. Or person soldier, Alan, cousin, lawyer, thing. This includes object example table, London Bridge, chisel, nitrogen, mount, inch, cooking, animal, art, rat, shark, Mickey, ideas, confusion, kindness, fate, theory of relativity, joy. Next, types of nouns. Proper nouns. A proper noun is a specific name of a person, place, or thing and it is always capitalist. Example, does Tiana have much work to do this evening? Or Tiana is the name of a specific person. And then I would like to visit Old Faithful. Old Faithful is the specific name of a geological phenomenon. And then common noun. A common noun is a generic name of an item in the class of group and is not capitalist and is appearing at the beginning of a sentence or in a title. Example, the girl crossed the river. The girl or girl is a common noun. And then concrete noun. Example, I heard the doorbell. My keyboard is sticky. And then abstract noun. An abstract noun is something that cannot be perceived by sense. We can imagine to courage it to to do that. And then next, collective noun. Collective noun denotes a group or collection of people or things. A collective noun is a noun that names a group of people or things such as flock or squad. That example, that pack of lies is disgraceful. Pack of lives, as used here, is a collective noun. Collective noun take a singular verb as if they are one entity. In this case, the singular verb is a pride of lion name of the savannah. Pride of lion is also a collective noun. And then plural nouns. Many English plural noun can be formed by adding s or es to the singular forms. Although there are many exceptions, something that cannot be counted. Tax, taxes, house, houses, and etc. Then countable noun. Countable nouns are nouns which can be counted, even if the number might be extraordinary high, or like counting all the people in the world. We can take a little example right here. Here are a few cats. Here are some cats. And then uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are nouns that come in a state or quantity which is impossible to count. Liquid are uncountable as the thing that acts like liquid or sand, air. Like example, students don't seem have much work this day. Possessive nouns. Possessive nouns are nouns which possess something. Example, they have something. You can identify a possessive noun by apostrophe. Most nouns show the possessive with an apostrophe. Like example, I have been invited to the boss house for dinner. Mr. Sanchez's coat is hanging on the back of her chair. And then clauses. Clauses is a group related word containing a subject and a verb. A clause can be useful distinguished from a phrase, which is a group related word that doesn't contain a subject verb relationship, such as in the morning or running down the street or having grown used to this harassment. Like example, Michael bought a new computer. This is one sentence or one clauses. And Michael bought a new computer, but he still has the old one. One sentence, and this is two clauses. And although he still has his old one, Michael now has a new computer, and this is one sentence and two clauses. Okay, thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.